It sure is nice to wake up with cool temperatures and lower dew points in comparison to what we had last week. And it looks like it's going to stay that way for a little bit longer. Let's start out this morning at Indigo Sky Casino and Resort down in Seneca, Missouri. And as we go through the afternoon, you could see that the clouds started to move in around mid-morning, but then the sun broke through those clouds and we were just left with some scattered cumulus this afternoon. And then we had some cirrus coming in as we headed towards the evening hours, and now we're left with mostly fair conditions across the entire area. We were below normal today. Can you believe that? 85 was the high. Normally we're 88 this time of year, and look at the low, 57 degrees this morning. Not near the record, but definitely pleasant out there to say the least. Radar right now is all clear across our area and pretty much over the entire Central Plains. We have to go all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico before we start to pick up any decent weather going on. Well, I shouldn't say decent, but active weather. Just to the west of Cuba, that is where Idalia has formed, barely below a hurricane, is expected to become a hurricane on the next advisory and then move northward and intensify as it continues to do so. Hurricane warnings in effect for the western coast of Florida, and unfortunately it's going to be coming ashore at about high tide at a supermoon in a swampy area. So the storm surge is likely going to be a big factor in its landfall. No hurricanes to deal with in our area, thank goodness. Instead, we have temperatures in the 60s this evening. Check out Iola. They're already down to 67. Meanwhile, it's 72 in Miami, Chitopa, as well as Neosho, 74 degrees, one of the warmest readings over there in Anderson. But the good news is the dew points. The dew points are in the upper 50s and 60s, and that is certainly more comfortable than what we dealt with last week with dew points in the upper 70s and low 80s. So right now, the dew point tracker, not too bad as far as that goes. Rainfall chances over the next 36 hours are going to be pretty close to zero and will be so for the next several days as this ridge of high pressure off to the west that caused all the heat last week is going to try to make a comeback. As it moves to the east, it's going to still move into our area, but at least there's a weakness in the ridge, so it doesn't appear that it's going to be as intense as it was last week, but we'll still be above normal on your temperatures. Tonight, though, below normal. Generally lows in the 60s with northerly winds. Then tomorrow, partly cloudy with highs in the 80s, even a few 90s showing up in southeastern Kansas. It shows a few showers on there, but that's overdone. And then as we go into Wednesday morning, still lows in the 60s, and then Wednesday afternoon looking pretty good. Temperatures in the low to mid 80s across the entire area. And then as we go into Thursday morning, we drop back down into the upper 50s, especially up towards the north, and lower 60s elsewhere with light and variable winds. Over the next 7 days, here's the forecast. Dry, unfortunately, because we definitely need the rainfall. But with that dryness, we're going to start to see temperatures rising into the 90s. Yes, mid 90s, but at least the humidity levels should be lower, but that's still above normal for this time of year when we're supposed to be heading towards fall dow. And then a chance of showers on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Let's hope we get some showers by then.
Me too.
It's going to be plenty dry by the time we get to next Tuesday, Wednesday,
yeah,
and Thursday.
dry as a bone, unfortunately, this week.
Yeah, but we'll enjoy these temps in the 80s in the meantime. Thanks, Sam.